Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your midday news fix for Thursday, the 30th of May. A result is in for New Zealand Rugby's long-awaited governance vote. Proposal 2, the structure put forward by the country's provincial unions, has prevailed after garnering the required two-thirds margin at the national body's special general meeting in Wellington. Crucially, the proposal includes a stipulation that at least 3 of NZR's 9 board directors must have experience serving on a provincial board. Proposal 1, backed by NZR itself and the players, wanted all 9 directors to be entirely independent. The vote for a new governance model comes off the back of last year's Pilkington review, which found the current structure is not fit for purpose. Thousands of protesters have descended on town centres around the country, protesting against the government's position on Māori issues. Jamie Cunningham is with about 500 people at Christchurch's Bridge of Remembrance.
There's a peaceful tone here with school students and elderly singing along to music ahead of the rally.
At Auckland's Aotea Square, Lachlan Rennie says there's an upbeat atmosphere.
The music is pumping from the speakers and people of all ages have made it here to Aotea Square, being draped in flags and holding signs as they prepare to march on Queen Street.
Nicola Willis says New Zealanders can expect to see cost of living support and a plan for rebuilding the economy in today's budget. The Finance Minister will be unveiling her first budget at 2 p.m. Willis says Kiwis will see substance over style and slogans.
They can expect to see a responsible government taking care to drive value out of every taxpayer dollar. They can expect to see significant investments in our health system, our education system and our police.
Hospitals are bracing themselves as junior doctors and blood workers team up for collective action. It's the third strike this month for resident medical officers after more failed negotiations over fairer working hours and pay. Close to 300 blood service laboratory workers will also strike for 4 hours. Confirmation the 2 brothers convicted of a spate of assaults in the Mama Hooch case will not be deported to Australia. Danny and Roberto Jazz were sentenced to 16.5 and 17 years in prison last year after being convicted of a combined 69 charges of offences at the Central Christchurch bar and nearby restaurant. Immigration New Zealand says their first offences occurred in 2015. That was over 10 years since they were first granted residence. Therefore, neither of the brothers are liable for deportation after their release. Meanwhile, the long-running dispute across the Tasman over 501 deportees is ramping up again. Deportees to New Zealand have drastically reduced under Ministerial Direction 99, which the Australian government's revising. Foreign Minister Winston Peters says we don't want to see people with little to no connection being deported here. But the ABC's Tom Lowry says the Australian government's essentially admitted the direction in practice wasn't working. To sport, the first 4 player signings for Auckland's new A-League football team have been announced. All Whites Michael Vowd, Francis de Vries and Cameron Howison, along with wing Jesse Randall. Top seed Iga Swiatek has won a 3-set tennis thriller against Naomi Osaka to advance to the 3rd round at the French Open. She came back from 2-5 down in the decider to win 7-5. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.